My name is Pen Bushong. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Beckman High School. Here with me tonight I have Mr. Robert Melendez from Irvine Valley College. He works with our dual enrollment programs in early college. I also have Mr. Jim Coleus. He is our Beckman's Fine Arts Director, and he'll be sharing on our fine arts pathways. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and give you a brief overview of Beckman High School. In a few minutes, I'm going to link in the chat the slideshow that we're using, as well as the question Google form. So please feel free to check that out and use that Google link for any questions you might have for us afterward, and we'll email those answers back to you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and I'm going to do a brief overview of Beckman High School. All right, Beckman High School has been around since 2004. Mr. Coleus and I are fortunate enough to have been here from the beginning. It's a great school. We are a comprehensive 9 through 12 public high school. We have almost 3,000 students here, and it's a great place to go to school. It's a great place to send your kids and a great place to work. Very unique setting in a good way. We're located in Irvine, even though we're part of Tustin Unified. We serve students from Tustin, Irvine, and Santa Ana primarily. We follow a traditional bell schedule, a 6-period day. We have a full variety of extracurriculars, sports, and so forth. If you look at this link that's on the slideshow that I'm going to be putting in the chat here in a minute, you will find our school profile to find some more information. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and hand this off to Irvine Valley College's Robert Melendez to talk about our early college program. Unmute there.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. So what I'd like to cover is just the early college program. The early college program has been around for about 13 years now, and it is a partnership between Tustin Unified School District, Beckman High School in particular, and Irvine Valley College. And students are able to ultimately get courses starting their freshman year that count, and their college courses that count not only for Irvine Valley College and college credit, but also towards Beckman High School and graduation and A through G credit for any universities that students may be applying to. So it is really a good program and a pretty unique program, I would say, too. There are lots of dual enrollment programs out there, some of which we will talk about tonight, of course, but also there are programs similar to this to where students kind of take college courses along with their high school courses for different time periods throughout their high school careers. But this program is kind of inclusive from the standpoint to where we have this every semester and really kind of gives the student a great kind of variety of the type of courses that are offered, but probably more importantly, a good number of college units to be able to use towards graduation and university credit. So when you look at how the program kind of breaks down, you actually see that most students are going to take about 4 to 5 courses with Beckman High School, that's Beckman College or Beckman High School courses, and then they're going to take 2 IVC courses each semester. So each semester they take 2 IVC courses, so they'll do that twice, so 4 courses a year, and then 4 courses for each of the 4 years in which they are actually a part of the early college program. So the program and the classes themselves are great from the standpoint to where they are built into the student's schedule, daily schedule. So Beckman classes run periods 3 through 6 or 7, kind of depending on the student and the semester. And then the IVC courses are run periods 1 and 2. They go into 0 period in the senior year. Those courses are all taught, IVC courses are all taught for the freshman, sophomore, and junior year at the Beckman High School campus. Senior year, students will actually take the Irvine Valley College early college courses at our campus, the IVC campus, and then they drive back and head back over to Beckman High School for period 3. So first 3 years, everything's at Beckman. Year 4, senior year, they take IVC courses at the IVC campus, and then of course finish their day over at Beckman. When you look at some of the opportunities and really the advantages of the early college program, one of the big ones is the number of units that you are able to get, your child's able to get through the program. So when you look at it from a semester standpoint, most bachelor degrees are going to be about 120 to 140 units in total. And again, we're talking a semester system. When you finish the early college program, your child will actually finish 51 college units. So close to half of the bachelor degree units. And you include AP courses, and a lot of students actually do additional courses within college and IVC or under college. Then you're talking about a good number of classes in which students are able to complete and all used towards transfer. So again, great opportunity for them from that standpoint. Not only do the students get a separate IVC transcript, these students also get the courses put on their Beckman High School transcript. The Beckman High School transcript will also have those courses weighted for most of them. So again, big advantage from the standpoint to where you have a weighted GPA, just like with AP and honors courses. But in addition to that, they also have a separate and distinct IVC transcript in which all these courses will show on also. Students are going to complete what's called IGETC. That's the Intersegmental General Education Transfer Curriculum, IGETC. And that is the general education pattern for UCs and Cal States. So for students that are going to the UCs and Cal States, this program works great because it will meet the general education program requirements for most schools and most majors. And with that done, students would only need to take some upper division general education, major courses, and maybe some electives in order to get their bachelor's degree there. And what really happens is students often go into the universities as a junior if they're able to get that 60 unit mark done, which most do with APs. And then they hopefully will only have 2 to 3 years left of education at the university. A lot of students could finish this all in 2 years. Sometimes it will take 3 years if they are more of STEM majors, or they decide to kind of stay longer to do a second bachelor's degree or something like that to double major. Because these students are taking IVC courses, they are considered IVC students. So they are able to take advantage of any and all services on our campus. So we, of course, that includes tutoring, that includes our library, counseling. Not only do they get to work with me, but they can technically work with any counselor. We take lots of tours to different universities. We have lots of guest speakers, not only within our own institutions, so instructors talking about programs, but even industry professionals coming in and kind of discussing different career options with students. All that is available for early college students when they're in the program. So that's great also. And then probably one of the greatest kind of points here that kind of resonates with most parents is the free education, because the tuition is waived for all 51 of those units. So for all intents and purposes, it is free. There might be some incidental fees, especially the senior year, maybe some book fees, and then some other activity fees that they may have to pay, but those are usually pretty small and not as common. But that is something to know of too. And then of course, the whole idea and what we've been talking about here is the idea of dual enrollment. That means dual credit. So again, not only do they get a college transcript, they also get these credits working towards high school graduation and on their high school transcript. So lots of great reasons why you would want to do it, especially as a student. What we're looking for when we think about the type of students that want to get into this program are those students that are, of course, academically strong, but of course have good time management, good study skills, and are also self-motivated and self-advocates for themselves. Because we always, in doing this, well, I've been a part of this program for about 9 years now. The program itself, like I said, is going on 13 years or so of existence. The students that have been successful are those students that are self-motivated and have that intrinsic motivation to do these courses, as opposed to some of those external pressures on why they are in the program. So I cannot kind of highlight and stress that enough, to where although we have all those great benefits on why you'd want to do this program, we have to understand that this is a pretty intense program. These are college courses the students are in, and it's a great opportunity for those students that really feel like they can be successful in this. And that's the bottom line. IBC and Beckman is not trying to weed students out in any way. What we're trying to do is make sure that we have the students that are best able to succeed in these classes, because that's ultimately what we want. We want them to be successful, and we want the program to be successful. This gives you a little timeline of how the major events are going to be coming into play this year for freshman year acceptance. So we will have 8th grade parent night in March. That is where I will spend about a good 40 to 45 minutes kind of going more in depth into the early college program, answering any questions you have specifically. We have the application due in April. Late May, we go ahead and do the acceptance letters so you know if you're in or not. And then lastly, in late June, we will actually do the registration for the early college program itself. And then the last slide here for me is just kind of telling you how to get more information and different contacts for the early college program in particular. So right in the middle there, you see me, IBC Counselor Robert Melendez, and my email address. Please feel free to email me any questions that you have, and I welcome talking to you on 8th grade parent night or sooner. All right, all yours, Pam.
All right, thank you, Mr. Melendez. I'm going to go ahead and have Mr. Jim Colias, our Fine Arts Director, present now. I'm going to share my screen and hand it off to him.
All right, welcome everybody. Glad that you're here, and really proud to share a program here at Beckman High School. Like Mr. Bashang, he mentioned that I've been here since the very beginning, and in 2004, and we started this school out with a clear vision, and we've been working on this vision for the last 17 years. When I say I'm proud of Beckman High School and the arts program, I mean that I've been working here. My wife works at Beckman High School. Both of our children graduated. I'm sorry, my daughter's actually a senior this year. She's going to graduate. My son graduated from Beckman High School, and actually today graduated from engineering school at Georgia Tech. So really happy with Beckman High School and everything that Beckman High School has to offer. The arts program at Beckman High School exists on 2 levels. And the one level is to offer every student a well-rounded education. And what we call at Beckman High School the 4 A's. So that's the arts, academics, athletics, and activities. And we believe that when students are involved in all those 4 components, that they are well-rounded and have a lot of options available to them in their post-high school education. If they want to go to a 4-year university, they have a lot of breadth in their education. If they want to go more to a conservatory route or a trade school route, they have a lot of options once they are participating in those 4 areas. So to serve that community, we have entry-level courses in all disciplines. So we have entry-level guitar, dramatic productions, which feeds off into theater and filmmaking, general choir, graphic arts, 2D art, and photography. So if your student has no experience in any one of these arts, they are able to take these entry-level courses, and we assume that the kids don't know anything about the guitar or have never sung before, and they are taken from square one to something that you will be very proud of at the end of the course. In addition, each one of these courses is your student is able to take them in order to complete their A through G requirement, their G requirement actually, for application to the UCs and the Cal States. So even if they're one course and done, we believe that even that one course rounds out their general education at Beckman High School. Now, there's another group that we serve at Beckman High School, and those are interested high-level arts kids. And those kids are preparing for majoring in the arts, or just are very interested in the arts and want to keep it up as an avocation. And I'll give you some examples of that later. These are kids also who might be interested in going to a music conservatory. RISD, which is Rhode Island School of Design, NYU Film. We've sent kids all over the country to top tier schools, USC, Design Center, Laguna, the Laguna Beach Art Center, the Art Center in Pasadena. The list goes on, and they are ready for this type of instruction at Beckman, as a result of Beckman High School. Why? Well, there's a few big reasons. One of the biggest is that each instructor in the arts department either has a professional experience or master's degree in their field, or both. Each instructor is an expert in their field and is able to take your student from the very basic to the very advanced. I always think it's pretty unique, and I'm pretty proud that, when I look at my theater arts teacher, he has his own IMDb page. He's worked professionally. Our graphic arts teacher, she worked in a professional studio before she was a teacher at Beckman High School. The funny thing about our theater teacher and our graphic arts teacher is they were both coaches at Beckman too, before their lives got busy with children, and so that kind of, another model for our well-rounded education that we offer. Each of the disciplines is broken down into levels, and that's another advantage we have at Beckman High School. For a comprehensive high school, they have multiple levels of instruction. You'll see later, each of the disciplines is broken up into a very basic level and a very mature, sophisticated level, in some cases AP. Once they get to that AP level, the kids are getting ready for work at the college level or at a conservatory level. Students that are interested in the arts can complete pathways in preparation for college majors. It's not uncommon to see a kid come into Beckman and they don't know anything about photography, and they decide, you know what, I'll take this photography class, and then they sign up for their second year, and by their third and fourth year, they take that AP class, and their work is exquisite, it's sophisticated, it's mature, it's stunning, and that's the kind of instruction they receive at Beckman High School, and the type of flexibility we have at Beckman High School. Every year, Beckman Arts students compete and succeed in festivals, exhibitions, and competitions at the district, local, state, and national level. I'm chuckling because I always say that, and I always think about the -- question I get about the arts department at Beckman High School. And it's the question is Mr. Coleus, I have a student that's really quite good in this artistic discipline. We're thinking about taking them to OSHA, and what's the difference between Beckman and OSHA? That's a great question, and we don't shy away from that one. That's an easy question to answer. OSHA is a great school. Let me go on record as saying OSHA is a very wonderful place. We have a tremendous amount of admiration for what they do. But Beckman and OSHA couldn't be more different. OSHA is a conservatory model. If your student wants to become a artist and they want to be immersed and they don't want to do anything but art, OSHA is the place to go. They will be eating, drinking, sleeping, maybe not sleeping so much, but they'll be involved in the arts. They'll be fully immersed. That's not Beckman High School. Beckman High School is the 4A's. We believe in a more well-rounded students. So at Beckman High School, not only will you study the arts, but you have a full range of AP classes that are available to you. You have athletics, full athletics program at a comprehensive high school available to you. You have high school activities that are available to you that are just not available at OSHA. It's kind of like the difference between going to a conservatory and someplace like Yale. You know, I mentioned that kids are able to go to top level universities. Well, one of our former cello students got into Juilliard twice. Once as an undergrad, once as a graduate student. Funny thing, he actually turned them down twice. I don't know if a lot of students have turned down Juilliard twice. He actually, for his master's degree, decided to go to Yale because he liked the well-rounded education that he would get at Yale as opposed to Juilliard. Great kid. But again, a difference in educational philosophy. So the next slide. If you have nothing to do with the arts, if you're listening to me right now and the arts is not for you, that's okay. Go back to I challenge you and I encourage you, go back to this slide and look at Beckman Art Student Senior Reflections. The work you are going to see there is magnificent. It's inspiring. If you want to feel good about young people, if you want to feel good about teenagers, if you want to feel good about public education, if you want to feel great about Tustin Unified and Beckman High School, I challenge you, click on that first link. The things that you're going to see, the work you're going to see is just inspiring. And every year we produce that video and it gets better and better. Other things on this page, by the way, the first 4 are produced by our Beckman film students in the film studio. That's another thing that's unique to Beckman. We have a film studio, we have a band room, we have a choral studio, we have a photography studio, we have a 2D arts studio, we have a graphic arts studio, each that are fully equipped with specialized equipment and with an expert teacher in there. These other links here are just examples of the work that we do here at Beckman High School. The last of which is a full-length Broadway musical that we produced last year, Beauty and the Beast, just before we closed down. Great job. But if you don't do anything else, click on that first link. I think you're going to be amazing. You'll feel good after watching it. The next slide is an example of how these courses are broken up. So in fine arts and the theater arts, you have year 1s that are, just entry level, and the kids are learning about the specific discipline. They're learning the basic language. Now, kids can come in with experience and place in higher classes, but for the most part, those are our first years. They go ahead and progress up to that AP Studio Art and Advanced Theater Arts classes Those are the ones that have the links in the prior slide, and those are the students that are producing that high-level art. In the filmmaking, graphic design, and visual imagery and photography classes, again, you see that progression. And again, that's unique to Beckman High School. We have multiple levels and specialized studios supporting every one of those disciplines. So when you get up to AP Studio Art and independent film projects and AP Studio Art photography, you are working with a professional grade quality photography studio. You're working with studio art, graphic design equipment. We have a 3D printer in that classroom, which you just won't find in a lot of high schools. The film projects come up, we have the equipment to support those kids. And finally, band and orchestra and choir, again, multiple levels to support kids going up through the rank. You'll notice our concert orchestra, symphonic orchestra, chamber orchestra, we actually have 200 string students. And that concert orchestra is not really a beginning, or actually it's not a beginning orchestra. It's all our freshmen, and then they go up through the ranks, the symphonic orchestra, chamber orchestra. That chamber orchestra is performing at Segerstrom, Carnegie Hall, every festival they perform at. We're very competitive. Same thing with the choir, same thing with our wind ensemble. Last slide you'll see there is a listing of all of our teachers, and again, that's that component that is unique to Beckman High School. Every one of those teachers is an expert in their field, and they are taking kids from the very bottom floor to the very top rung, where they are competing against the very best students in Orange County, Southern California, and they are excelling and winning and able to get in those top tier schools. So I encourage you, if you have a question about any of those disciplines, you can email me, you can email those teachers direct, and we can start the discussion about how Beckman High School can serve your student. It's been a pleasure to talk with you tonight. Again, I'm very excited for Beckman High School and very proud. And one final note, my son graduated, like I said, from Georgia Tech today. He was able to be in the orchestra all 4 years at Beckman High School. He was able to be in the athletics program all 4 years at Beckman High School and still go on and not only major in engineering, but excel and go to a top tier engineering school. And that's the kind of school Beckman is. And that's, I'm tremendously proud of it. So thank you for listening tonight. And I'm going to kick it right back to Mr. Bichon. Mr. Bichon, I think you're muted.
There I am. Sorry.
There you are.
For some reason, my camera just stopped working. All right. Hey, guys. Thank you, Mr. Coleus. I'll wrap it up here with some of our other great programs. Sports medicine is one of our dual enrollment programs, which is very popular. It's a 4-course, 3-year certificate program. It's taught by an IVC instructor who is also a certified athletic trainer. The kids love him. He's a great instructor, and it's a really great class. Emphasizing human anatomy, injury prevention and care, emergency care, first aid skills, CPR, kinesiology and biomechanics, taping, bracing techniques, and the basic life support certification. These are all pictures of our former students here. It's really for students interested in a medical career or an allied healthcare career. Things like pre-med or even sports med, athletic training, physical therapy, and so forth. It's really cool. 12th graders can qualify for an athletic training internship their senior year. It's a practical experience where they're going to be working as assistant athletic trainers alongside our certified trainer. It's a really unique program, and it's gotten a lot of kids very excited, and a lot of students have gone on to major in sports med and some of those athletic training and some of those majors in that healthcare industry. Those internship students, actually the top 20 or so move on and become assistant athletic trainers their senior year, second semester. And these are some of those pictures of some of our kids. They learn how to tape ankles and do injury assessment, care, and prevention alongside the athletic trainer. It's like I said, it's really a 3-year program. In 9th grade, students would take human body systems, and it's a PLTW, which is Project Lead the Way, which is, if you're not familiar with that, look that up. It's a great program. 11th graders take sports med and athletic training. And then first semester, 12th graders take Kines 85, which is Intro to Athletic Training. And then second semester, the top 20 or so, or just over half, or about half of those top kids move on to the sports medicine internship where they're assistant athletic trainers. And the other group goes on to nutrition 2, which is sports nutrition. And all of these are dual enrollment classes through Irvine Valley College. And our internship students, most of them also take the nutrition 2 course. So it's a great course. You notice most of these pathways and certificate programs do not say 4 years, only because it's difficult for 10th graders to fit another elective in their schedule typically. IVC Business is another dual enrollment program. It's only for 12th graders. It's for those kids most likely interested in business degrees in college. It's a 2-course, 2-semester program. You get 6 total college units and 20 high school credits, which is double what you would normally get for 2 courses. So that's a real benefit of all of our dual enrollment courses. Typically in this 2-course situation, you would end up getting 10 high school credits, but you get 20. So you'd start out with Management 1, which is Intro to Business. Second semester would be in Entrepreneurship. And that's broken up into 3 shorter courses that are consecutive courses. So Pathways to Success, Business Models, and Market Validation. Another senior-only dual enrollment program is our Irvine Valley College Communications Certificate Program. Again, it's a 2-course program only for seniors, 6 total college units, 20 high school credits. And it starts at, and this is for students probably interested in communication type majors. The first course is Communication Fundamentals, and the second one is Debate and Argumentation. IVC Dance, Irvine Valley College Dance History 77 is a single course primarily for seniors. Some 11th graders take its spring semester of 11th grade. And this is another great course, 10 high school credits, 3 units at the college, and it meets the fine arts elective requirement. By the way, no dancing is required for that, for people that are wondering. It's an online course, and most of it's self-paced, so it's really good for students with full, busy schedules, and it's a great course, and the kids really enjoy it. Here's our dual enrollment contact information. The link, again, it's on the slideshow that I shared with you in the chat, but this goes to our counseling page that talks more about dual enrollment. You can also contact my assistant, Sarah Hungerford, with any questions outside of that Google form for general questions. We also have an engineering pathway, which is a 3-year pathway. This is where students learn. It's primarily for kids interested in going into an engineering major. They learn and apply engineering principles that undergraduate college engineering students would learn. 9th graders would take Intro to Engineering. Again, that's a Project Lead the Way program. 11th graders take Principles of Engineering, and 12th graders take one of 2 courses, either Computer Science A Advanced Placement or Computer Science Principles Advanced Placement. And those are both great courses. That first year, students learn the design process. They learn how to use the CAD program and CAD their own parts using the 3D printer. Next, the students transition into learning the principles of mechanical, civil, and electrical engineering. They finish off with coding and computer science. And then many of those students are part of our VEX Robotics Club, who go on to compete in the World Championships typically every year, and they have a great time. It's another great extracurricular. So a lot of hands-on pathways and real-life experience. Some context for the engineering pathway here, Mr. Sitt, and then for the comp sci instructors, Mr. Muller. Also, again, on the slideshow, it's the slide presentation as well as a question form are both linked into the chat. And it's also linked here on the question form is linked here on the slideshow as well. Great to have you guys. Thank you for coming, and hope to see some of you guys in the next year or two. All right. Thank you very much.